It's the Harlem Renaissance, get it on. Talking jazz, blues, spirituals, putting in a song. Yeah, we fusing all the culture. Europe, if you ask me, take a listen or I'll break your hand like Baganski. Started with the Great Migration, they never losing. Northerners and Southerners getting up and fusing. This sparked the real art, literature and music. An era of progression in love and culture's booming. Writing tons of poems just to get across the state of mind. Talk about the prejudice that comes equipped with every mind. Then they grew up on each other, no more fights to get inside. America was growing just cause people wanna read and write. African Americans have been given the voice, expressing that whatever they say is never a choice. And whether that's a letter or some pain or some noise, there's some people trying to be regarded, but there's too much noise in our It's Harlem, 1920s, the whites got plenty, the rest need pride. Freedom of expression is an issue, nothing better than to start to write. As they migrated, they thought it was best that they do it together to build a guide. Writing poems and books had freedom of speech, it let them speak their mind. Well, write it actually, but how could they do it even more? The audience is hush, try to expand the territory of speaking. Why don't you pick up a brush? Then they started to paint and draw and capture an image to build up a trust. White people had seen them different, now all of them hearts are touched. It's the culture of music, blend together with your loved ones, put culture into it, because the Northerners put intellectual thought into it, while the Southerners went back and stuck with all of the roots and all the poems that had come before, inspired all the lyrics, and art was in the cover, take away your demerits. The Renaissance was a time of having hobbies just to share it, and then the unfortunate was fortunate cause they hear it. They understand the struggle of the black kids, well kinda, cause the racism had led to civil activists. They were testing chemistry with leagues of foul practices. Nobody should have to make some media to practice this. Different forms of art and poems and even beat makers, just to get across the fact that white people had two faces. They could work and work, they blended, they thought that they made it. You can sense my influences, well I guess they did make it. So where we end up today is not the 1920s. Like did they make it big? Like did they get plenty? Give a second. Give up your encouragement to all of them, please, because it shows the way they shape today. It's partially pleased. The sun is also rising over here like Hemingway. All it shows is there is similarities. Still said today, said a date 100 years ago. They made a gem a day. Everything you've seen is inspired by just a migrate. Everybody thought it was unreal. It's not though. Unrealistic views on black people face up Picasso. Urban areas were at a low. They only lost hope. Then they started searching and merging with Harlem's top woke. They smack the truth into you. Ain't talking Henderson, orchestras and cameras and ink and stuff will trend again. So whether it's the music or the art forms or ink and pen, Harlem was the one city that influenced the future gens.